Today, we will be learning about the numerator and denominator found in fractions. A fraction can be presented in inequivalent and equivalent forms. There are many different ways to write a fraction. To review, we will go over some key points about fractions. A fraction can be improper if the top number is larger than the bottom number. That means there are more parts than the amount of parts made. What is a fraction? Example to explain an improper fraction would be when eating a cake. If there are 4 slices and each person gets a piece, then the amount of people that eat the cake would be 4, and the amount of slices out of the cake eaten would be 4. So 4 or 1 cake would be eaten. If 11 people wanted to eat the cake, there would not be enough pieces because there are only 4 slices, making the fraction 11 over 4. The first term we will be learning about is the numerator. The numerator is the top number in a fraction. This number represents how many things are taking up something. If you have 8 slices of pizza but only 6 people had a slice, that would make a fraction 6 out of 8, 6 being the numerator. You can remember this term by correlating numerator with north. The numerator is on the top part, similar to how north would be on the top part of a compass. You can also remember this concept because numerator and north both start with n. Now, let's talk about some different terms or non-examples. Some different terms or examples we would not use are the bottom and total. The numerator of the fraction is specifically the top number and the amount that is occupying that fraction. This could be more or less than the expected total. This term is important for us to learn because our standard is to understand addition and subtraction of fractions as joining and separating parts referring to some whole. We need to know what the top and bottom numbers of a fraction mean before working through a problem. Now let's look at a question you might see on a quiz or a test. Which fractions share the same numerator? A. 9/12, B. 3/13, C. 6/8, D. 13/7, E. 3/5. So, what is a numerator? The second term we will be discussing is denominator. A denominator is the number under the line in a fraction that means the number of equal parts in which the unit is being divided. Denominator can be broken down to denominate and tor. Denominate means to name or to denote. An example of a denominator would be if there were 4 total seats on a cart on a roller coaster and 3 people were riding in that cart, the fraction would be 3/4. The denominator can be represented as the bottom of the fraction or south, such as on a compass. When adding fractions, is it important to have the same denominator? Now let's look at a question you might see on a quiz or a test. Which equation is written correctly to determine the answer? 5/8 plus 7/5 equals 8/12, 4/6 plus 1/5 equals 5/6, 3/9 plus 4/9 equals 7/9, or 1/7 plus 3/6 equals 4/7. So, what is a denominator? These different parts play a huge role when adding and subtracting fractions. I hope you are able to understand the different parts of a fraction and how the structure of a fraction is extremely important. Thank you for watching.